Moving around in Scratch for the first time can be really confusing, and that's because there's no up, down, left, and right blocks like there are in Scratch Junior. Instead, to move around in Scratch, we actually need to use X and Y coordinates on something called the Cartesian plane. And that's a massive, confusing word for some of you if you're hearing that for the first time. Well done on learning a new big word, the Cartesian plane. To see this Cartesian plane, we can actually come down to the backdrops button down here, the picture frame. We'll click on it and move all the way down to the bottom, and we're going to pick this XY grid. This is called a Cartesian plane. It has X coordinates going right and left, and it's got Y coordinates going up and down. So to move around on the Cartesian plane, we need to use X coordinates and Y coordinates. So let's have a go at doing that now. The first thing we'll do is we'll get a flag, and then in the motion blocks, we're going to get a go to XY. And let's explore this Cartesian plane a little bit together. Now, if we want Scratch the Cat to move to the right, we can see here that the coordinate is X equals 240. So over here in our block, let's make X equal 240. We'll press the flag, and you can see that Scratch has moved to the right of our scene. If we want Scratch to move to the left of our scene, we need to make the X value negative 240. And to do that, on your keyboard, next to the number 0, there's a little minus sign. So if we click at the start of this number here and press the minus sign, we now have negative 240. And if I press the flag now, Scratch will move to the left. And you can see some other numbers along this x-axis here. Here's negative 100. So if we want Scratch to move to this area, for example, we would change this number here to negative 100. When I press the flag, Scratch moves here. Now let's talk about the y-axis, the up and down axis. If we want Scratch to move up, the y value is 180. So let's come back over here and we'll change our x value back to 0, and we'll change our y value to 180. If I press the flag, Scratch will go to the top of the scene. If we want Scratch to go to the bottom of the scene, we need to change the y value to negative 180. Remember, the negative sign is just next to the 0 on your keyboard. If I press the flag now, Scratch will move to the bottom of the scene. So what happens if we want Scratch to move here, for example, or here? Well, to do this, we need to look at the coordinates here and here. You can see that if Scratch is here in our scene, the X value is negative 139. So let's put that in here, negative 139, and the Y value is 98. So if we type 98 into the Y value here, and let's move Scratch the Cat somewhere else and then press the flag, Scratch will move to this area here, negative 139X and 98Y. Isn't that simple?